Hey, how you guys doing? My name is Brandon. I also go by Bodhi Brand or Slick Ink for tattoos. Um, really, this video is actually for everyone. This is just for anyone that has questions on life. Anybody that just wants to know more of like why we're here, what this is all about, why people believe this or that. And what we're all doing here. I'm gonna just start from the beginning of my life and all the questions that I asked as a child and to now. A lot of things led up to where I am right now, and I'm finally at the point where I said, man, my questions are answered. And now I'm still in like the pursuit of knowledge and understanding what this is and spirituality and everything. So basically, I'm gonna start off from when I was a kid. I grew up in a two-parent home. Um, we were Christian, and we used to go to church all the time. Every Sunday, Sunday morning, Sunday night. My mom was in choir. My dad taught Sunday school. We would go on Wednesdays. We would go on Thursdays. We were all about church. My family is all about church, and that's just how we grew up. Now, learning things in church, I would have questions. I mean, anybody would, but me as a child, like, I was always a little bit older than my age. I never fit in with kids my age. I was always with the older crowd, wanted to be older. That's just who I was. And when I would learn things, I questioned it, because in order for you to understand, you gotta question. You can't just automatically take people's opinions and just say, oh, that's fact, and not even go check up on it, see if it resonates with you. That's not who I am, and that's not who anybody should be. Even through this video, if you think that I'm 100% correct, don't you think that at all, because you need to form your own opinion. This video is just for you to get another aspect of life and understanding. So in church, as I was learning about God, they talk about how God created the devil and how God is all-knowing and all-loving and beyond our thinking, and he conquers all. So the first question I always had was, if God knows all and God is all-loving, why would he create the devil? Why would he create someone that is going to bring us to destruction? Another question I would form was, if God really loved us, why would he create hell? Why does he want his children to live in eternal suffering and to never get out, ever? I used to really sit back and think and be like, man, if I was God and somebody messed up and they're in hell and they're like, please get me out of here, I promise you, I love you, I'll do whatever I can to get out of here, don't you think you would show compassion to that person and be like, man, you know what, give them that chance, let's do this, you're my child, I love you? But no, the God that the Christians preach about doesn't do that. Also, I was taught that God is a jealous God. My God is a jealous God, no other gods before him. So you're telling me a petty emotion like jealousy, that is a human trait, God can't get over jealousy, but a human can? Because I've seen humans get over jealousy. I'm completely over jealousy. I don't get jealous of anybody, because I've come to the point where I just love and I have compassion for others. Why do I have to be jealous? So when I started asking these questions, pastors would tell me, you shouldn't ask those questions. His thinking is above ours. God created the devil to test our faith. It's just ridiculous. Why would he do that? So I even though I had questions, I still believed. I was taught to believe, and at the end of the day, I was scared. I did not want to go to hell. I used to even think, oh my gosh, if God comes on the rapture and I messed up one day, but I was a Christian the day before, do I go to hell? Will he give me another chance? Does he really love me? I used to ask those questions, and it's really messed up that you're teaching people this. And if you look back and you see where Christianity came from and how it was spread, I know everybody knows about the Crusades. So you can't deny that they were killing and slaughtering people in the name of God so that you would either convert or die. Um, a lot of Christians don't even know where they got the Bible from. The Bible comes from the Catholics. And I have always heard a lot of people say, oh, only some Catholics go to heaven, not all of them do. So you're saying the Bible, which stems from the Catholics, those people that started it are not going to go to heaven, but you are? You're a sect of Catholicism. Judaism, all those religions all stem from the same tree. Islam all stems from the same tree. Now, you had some people called the Gnostics. The Gnostics were people that actually believed in Jesus. They believed in the resurrection. They believed him as a prophet. They also believed in other entities, and they also believed in other dimensions and all different types of ways of being in life. Constantine was the leader of the Catholic Church and had them all killed and slaughtered because he called them heretics. He took their Bible and rewrote it and gave us the Bible that we have today. You know, everything has been manipulated and changed throughout history to get to the book that we have today. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, the New International Version came out, and that's the one, or the New King James was the one, that's the right one. Yo, you guys don't understand, it's been manipulated and changed. Now, I'm not saying that there are not things in the Bible that are good and can teach some good things, but there's also some really messed up stuff. I've read the whole entire Bible, so you can ask me. I may not remember everything, but I can go back and be like, oh yeah, that was in there and that was in there. I remember being so disturbed when I studied the Bible, when I saw that Noah's daughters, they got him drunk, and because they were afraid that his bloodline was gonna die off, they had sex with their father while he was drunk and carried his baby. That's disgusting, okay? I don't care what time that is back then. Yo, having sex with your daughter is the most disgusting, vile thing that I can ever comprehend. Another thing is Lot gave up his daughter in this town that was supposed to be the most sinful town, and he gave up his daughter to the town and had her raped, and they had their way with her so that these angels coming through the town wouldn't be touched. Are you kidding me? That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard, and I am so disturbed by that. Now, these are things that I found out later on as I studied and really tried to understand the Bible. As I got older, from 5 years old to 10, I always had those questions, but I was in church, man. That was my livelihood. That was part of my family life. That was everything. I had friends there. We were connected, man. I even traveled with the church. So, during my teen years, when my parents got divorced, I ended up, getting into things. I stepped away from the church a little bit because I'm just being a normal teen. I started getting into drugs. I started getting into stuff that I shouldn't be getting into. That lasted all through high school. At the end of high school, I needed to make a change. I've hit the hole in the wall. I've had a near-death experience. 3 times I've pretty much died. I've been in a really horrible accident where my car hydroplaned onto oncoming traffic, hit 7 cars, head-on collision. My consciousness left my body, and I really was like, oh my gosh, this is it. I'm dead. And when my consciousness left, I felt nothing but peace. So already the concept of death is flawed. And you ask anybody that's had a near-death experience, and they know that it's peaceful. The only thing that's painful is the body. If it's a heart attack, if it's someone being burned, someone being cut, someone being shot, yeah, that hurts. But dying and leaving, when the consciousness leaves the body, is not painful. Remember, the only reason why you feel pain is because you have a body and you have nerves telling your brain this hurts. But if you don't have a brain, there's no way you can feel pain beyond death. So you can already take the hell theory and check that right off, because there's no such thing as pain after death. Now in life, there is pain. It's whatever your consciousness is, you're gonna be a reflection of that. Your life is gonna reflect how you were living. So as I got out of high school, I was trying to get off the drugs, and I was like, you know what? I'm going straight back to church. Yo, I've never been so hardcore about church in my life. I was all about God, all about Jesus, preaching to people. I was in the youth ministry. I was in the prayer rooms. I was in the events. So I was very involved in the church. I was listening to worship music every day. I cut any type of secular music out. I did everything that like a really good Christian should do, and I didn't do it just because I thought I was being good. I did it because I wanted to. I wanted to change. I wanted to be a man on fire for God and just be a good Christian. And one day I'm in the prayer room, and I stop praying, and I look around, and I was like, you know what? This just isn't me anymore. I totally just was not feeling it. I didn't want to leave God. I didn't want to leave Christianity. I wanted to stop what I was doing. Like, this just wasn't me anymore. It didn't feel like I was doing the right thing for me. So I literally got up out of the prayer room, which used to be before service, and I left. And I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna say that this is the religion for me, then I need to study every single one before I say this is it. And like, I never understood when people listen to someone, they say, hey, this is a fact, and they don't go and look for themselves. You can't believe someone just because they said so. Like, you're gonna be led astray. You need to find out for yourself. So what I did was I studied. I looked up videos, I read books, I saw documentaries, I asked people in different religions. I've had conversations with people, and I wanted to get it all. I wanted to know what's it all about. Because I used to always ask my dad, be like, man, how do you know if you're in the right religion as a kid? He's like, oh, you just know. You'll just know. Well, I don't feel like I was in the right one for me. So as I'm on my search, I used to meditate in the past to try to cope with getting over my drug, that I was on. But I wasn't that hardcore about meditation. I decided to, let's get back in my meditation. I was very calm when I used to do that. So I started meditating, and it became a pattern. I started to do it a lot. And one day, I'm in my bed, and I'm thinking about life and death and why people gotta suffer and why there's so much pain. And, I still did not let go of the concept of hell. Like, I was so scared of that. All of a sudden, like, I'm meditating, and it felt like my consciousness was leaving my body, but at the same time, I think I was just having an out-of-body experience. I felt like I was floated away to my higher self. You can call that God, you can call it the universe, you can call it consciousness, whatever you want. I had that conversation with that, and it was basically like just having a conversation with myself. And I was like, man, God, if you created everything, why did you create hell? And then my answer was there within an instant. And it said, there's no such thing as hell. Why would I create you for destruction? That changed everything for me. I came back to, to reality, to my mind. And I was like, oh my gosh, everything that we were taught was a lie. And in a way, I was liberated. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to tell everybody. And not only that, I came back with another question answered. Not even a question, I even asked this. But I came back and I realized, wow, we are God in the flesh. And like, it was just so crazy. I was like, who thinks of this stuff? I never thought of anything like this. And then I started to come to the conclusion that, wait a minute, we are all one consciousness, living life subjectively. It's almost like you think yourself to be a droplet of water. And when that droplet of water is put into a pool, it becomes one. So we are that droplet of water, where our consciousness is inside the shell of a body, And when we pass, we go and merge together with the ocean of the universe. So in death, don't worry. You've done it before, you'll do it again. And I'm just so glad I came to that conclusion. Now, when this happened, I thought it was crazy. I thought that no one would believe me. I thought that no one has ever taught this before. I kind of kept it to myself. I was like, this is crazy talk. But then I was like, you know what? I'm still in pursuit of knowledge. I'm still in the pursuit of what religions think out there. Let me keep looking and searching. And then I stumbled across Buddhism. And Buddhism taught exactly what I was looking for, exactly what I said, that we are one consciousness, living life subjectively, everything is connected, and that we create our own suffering. We create our everything, like everything, every decision you make affects this life and the next life. And I was so ecstatic to learn this, that I am not crazy, that someone else taught this, and there's other people that believe this. I didn't know what a spiritual awakening was. I didn't know anything about that. I thought that Buddha was a god. I was taught that meditation is evil. I was taught that anything that is not Christian is evil. And it turned out that it wasn't true. So after I discovered that, after I discovered Buddhism, everything just unfolded. It resonated with me. It made sense. And I didn't believe it automatically. Like when I first discovered it, I was like, okay, that sounds pretty cool. It sounds like it kind of lines up with what I think. But the other things that they were teaching in Buddhism, I didn't agree with automatically. I needed to study and I needed to understand more. But it helped. It helped so much. It helped me be a better person. It helped me understand what consciousness is. It helped me understand that every action that I make affects everything, and it affects my happiness. And basically Buddhism is like it's about finding your true happiness, and then learning about how compassionate Buddhists are. See, in Christianity, you're gonna meet nice people. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, at the back of their minds, Christians are your friends in efforts to convert you. A Buddhist, Hindu, Tao, whatever, they're not your friends to convert you. They're your friends because of compassion and real, ultimate, true love. They may be talking about it in Christianity, ultimate, true love, which Jesus, if he was real or whatever, he was talking about true love. But the followers that came years after his death did not preach love. They preached, you better believe this, or you're condemned, or we shun you, or you're going to hell. So I'm making this video for those people out there. I know that a lot of people that are Christian are going to be upset about this video. A lot of you are going to be like, well, he's wrong, well, he's going to hell. That's great. I still love you guys. I've learned so much from Buddhism, and it's taught me that it's okay that everybody believes different things, and that at the end of the day, death is not painful, and at the end of the day, you will have another life. This is not your only life, but this is your only life in this body. You have so much love is out there. Whether you believe in God, whether you don't, whether you're atheist or whatever, whether you're not even spiritual at all, it does not matter what you believe. I'm not making this video for anybody to become Buddhist. This is just my experience and where I came from. Ever since then, my anxiety has gone away. I've learned how to really meditate and get rid of my anxiety. I don't have wandering thoughts. I'm overall very happy with my life because I'm happy with the simple things. After indulging in drugs and women and all that stuff in the past, it just made me jaded to life. I just thought life was just boring now. I've done it all. I'm just sick of it. I was just done with life. And I finally found something that actually gave me like more to live for. And If you've seen my videos before, no, I do not have all the answers. I'm still in pursuit, but I know I'm on the right track. I'm actually making these videos to expand consciousness, to expand people's awareness, to change thinking, because we're destroying our earth. I really have a big belief that Christians really don't really care about this earth, and they'll even say it. They have this saying that says, not of this world. We're here for a reason. We're supposed to be building this world. We're supposed to be making it better. We're supposed to we have technology to help everyone and help our earth, but we're not. So I believe that Christians don't even care about this earth because they're not of this world, and they're waiting for God to come and destroy it all. Why is God creating us to destroy and put us in eternal damnation? And why is it that only one way of living and thinking is going to get you to the gates of heaven? Come on, guys. It's time to change your thinking. This is not new age thinking. You're just putting a label on this stuff. This is true compassion and love. There doesn't even need to be any more religion. There just needs to be more positive thinking. See, Buddhism isn't even a religion if you really think about it. It's actually more of a practice. It's the psychology of the mind. It's really understanding what is going on in your body and your mind and how to control it. You can make yourself happy. It's all about your thinking. You can make yourself sad and depressed and put yourself in hell, which is a conscious state. But it's not a place that you're going to end up. Now, what about the people that say, hey, but what about the people that rape and kill and all that? Okay, yes, that is evil. That is horrible that they do that. Those are stupid mistakes. You don't know what led up to that. You don't know what happened in their past life. You don't know what type of life they've lived, if they've been molested or raped or whatever. You don't know. Do I believe they deserve an eternity in hell? No. Do they deserve punishment here? Yes. It's just, there's just too many things in this life that need to change for the better, or else we're gonna destroy our world. Christians have been waiting for Jesus to come back for thousands of years, and it's not happening. We're reaching a point in our time where people are understanding that the ways of the past, we got to leave in the past, and we got to move on to the future and make things better in this life. Because when you come back, let's say if we do come back to Earth, do you want it to be in a worse state than you left it, or do you want it to be in a better state? That's why we need to take care of our environment. You know, all the people that say, oh, global warming is a theory, it's not a theory. We are destroying our world with the carbon dioxide, with the power plants, with all the ways that we're using our fossil fuels. We're destroying our world, but we can still make a change. And I just feel that, like, in the Christian religion, or the people that are waiting for the end of days, you don't care that much about our world. You don't care that much about Mother Earth. You know, we're here for a reason. We're supposed to be building each other up and making something greater and stronger. And you know, it's the religions that are keeping us down. They're the ones that condemned gays. They're the ones that condemned like people and called them witches. And because of, you know, started with the Salem witch trials and killing people. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, love has no gender, and it is universal. A man can love a man. A woman can love a woman. Anybody can love, because love is universal and it does not stop. So then again, I tell you, the Christian God that they preach is false. It's not real. Like, there is a conscious being, what I call the universe. The universe is alive. It's conscious. It's constantly creating and expanding and going faster and faster. And all we are is this little speck compared to the grand universe. And we think we know it all? No, it's impossible to know it all. Just like they say that God is beyond our thinking, the universe is beyond our thinking, and it is way beyond anything we can comprehend. So all that stuff that's condemning, bringing people down, and constantly making a struggle for people in life and telling them they need to believe these specific beliefs or else they're gonna end up in eternal damnation. It's all for control. Now this is just part one of two of this video. I'm gonna constantly have more videos posted. Also, if anybody has requests, other topics that you want to talk about, you have any questions for me, I'm here to answer. I love connecting with more like-minded people so that we can change the world for the better. Let's get together. Let's take our differences, let's converge them, and let's see what we can create. I just want to create like a whole connection of people that, we may not all think the same, but we'll all be on the right track, and we can take our differences and actually, agree to disagree and still keep moving forward and find out different ways of being. It's just the ways of the past gotta be done, man. Like, I'm sick of people, being told how to live and what to believe. Telling people that you have to marry someone before you live with them. It's come on, you guys are destroying your lives with these ways of thinking. When you decide to marry somebody, you should, one, be friends with them for a long time, or whatever. Let's say you guys are in a relationship, be in a relationship for a while, a good 2-4 years, before you even get married. Get a place together, live together, see how each other lives. Like, don't just do it for a year, do it for like 2 years. Like, struggle together, see all their likes and dislikes. You may see things that you don't like when you're living with them, and they may not show it within a year, they may not show it within 2 years. Like, people change, and once you're married, it sucks to get out. You can ask anybody that's been divorced. You gotta just think for yourself, man. Don't let anybody influence your thinking. Don't let your religion influence your thinking, because a lot of times people believe things and it messes with their critical thinking. There is a saying that a belief is the death of knowledge, which is true, because if you believe something and there is no way that someone can try to convince you or talk to you about believing something else, you're totally destroying any way of learning something new. You're constantly going to be stuck. You're constantly going to be like, well, nope, the Bible says this, or I believe that, and that's it. No. You know what? Even though I found what I found, if someone comes to me with new evidence that says, hey, this is real, and look it up, see if that works for you, or see if this is true, I'm going to have an open mind to say, you know what? Maybe they're onto something, and I'm going to check it out. But see, Christians for too long are protecting their religion, and they're saying, nope, if it doesn't say it in the Bible, it's not true. So the Bible doesn't speak about dinosaurs. Are we still denying that dinosaurs were around? Are we still saying that that evolution is fake? Like, dude, we've been evolving. There's different types of animals and species out there that are still evolving to the environment. What happens when you impregnate somebody? It evolves into a baby. Out of the millions and thousands of sperm reaching that egg, once that sperm reaches that egg, it starts to evolve into a fetus. It starts evolving into a being. So what makes you think that we haven't done that in the past? Now, I know I'm throwing a lot at you. I'm throwing evolution, I'm throwing Buddhism, I'm throwing, hey, listen, Christianity's been on the wrong track. Look it up for yourself. If you're a prayer, pray and really understand. See, as a Buddhist, we do pray. We don't pray to God, because we are that. So we don't need to, when we're meditating, we are already sitting in the presence of God. We're already sitting in the presence of the universe. So when we pray, we give our positive intentions towards someone. So instead of saying, God, please heal them, you say, may they be healed. They will be healed. When someone truly believes something, we have power in our words, in our authority. So when we say you will be healed, yo, we're speaking life into you. We're speaking positivity into you. You know, people are like, oh, well, when someone prayed for me, it felt better. I felt better. Yeah, because you believed it. And this person was willing towards your happiness and willing that you get better. So it's not because he prayed to a specific God. It's not because he prayed a specific way. It's because they prayed and they gave those positive intentions, that positive energy, and they brought it to you. It's the same thing. Every religion teaches the same thing in different ways, different semantics, all the same thing. It's the different personalities of God. Don't let a preacher tell you otherwise. They're going to constantly be like, nope, if it's not the word of God, it's not true. Listen, so many things have been proven to be true that are not in the Bible. You gotta open and expand your thinking, expand your knowledge. And you know what? It doesn't matter what religion you are in. That's just a label. You can just be spiritual. You could just be intellectual. Whatever you want to be, whatever makes you happy, do it. Don't let anyone interfere with your happiness. Don't let anyone interfere with your ways of thinking. Don't let anyone interfere with anything that involves your life. That's your journey. And if someone's messing with your journey, they're not out there for your best interests. They just want you to join up with them and be like, yeah, they believe what I believe, and now we're stronger together. You know, Christianity's still growing, and I have nothing completely against it. There's still good people there. There's still good things that are being done, but the underlining teachings are not even coming straight from Jesus himself. Like, it's not. Like, it's all manipulated, and it's all for man's greed and power so that they have control over your mind and your thinking. See, that's the only thing that they can't take from you. They can't take your free will. They can't take your free thinking. They can't take what's going on in here. You know, if you have a question, look within. Continuously look within and see what's going on inside of you and see what resonates with you the best. You know, I can't wait to make the next video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope some of you guys have questions for me. You know, if you're upset, let me know. If you're like, hey, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Hey, let me know. I really am here to connect. I want to connect with everyone, and I want us to expand and get better together. Namaste, sadhu, and I'll see you next time.